Hey kids, this is not morning coffee. No, no, no. As a matter of fact, this is episode 2 of Self-Sabotage. You a self-saboteur? Of course you are. That was a trick question. Gotcha! Self-sabotage might be conscious, it might be unconscious, but seriously, what difference does it make? The end results are exactly the same. We keep blowing it for ourselves and by ourselves. So start like this. Ask yourself, how often do I stay awake when I'm exhausted? How often do I worry about things that really aren't important or shouldn't matter at all? How often do I, and I don't mean me, I mean you, how often do I exaggerate other people's achievements and diminish my own? How many times do I hear unfair criticism and take it to heart? How many times do I speak negatively to and about myself? I mean, holy hell, horse feathers, Batman. This stuff sucks, doesn't it? No, I mean really. Because my guess is you answered a lot of the time, most of the time, all of the time to everything I just said. It's what we do. For example, if you grab a donut once or twice a year, it's not going to kill you. I mean, after all, it's great comfort food for a lot of you. But what if you do it every time you're stressed? What if you train yourself? It could be 12 times a week, or it could be 12 times a day. I mean, your clothes are going to get tight and your face is going to break out and your sugar levels are going to go off the charts. And you're not going to feel better, not in the long run, because it's going to catch up with you. And what started out feeling good is going to feel really lousy. Your inner child loves the donuts. And that little, excuse the expression, munchkin, get it? Munchkin, donuts. Yeah, I knew you would. Celebrates every sweet treat you give it. The adult in you may celebrate in the moment, but not necessarily in the long term. We all have an inner child, all of us. And it's not just some random kid off the street. This is a kid who views your life through your history, your DNA, through your experiences, your memories, your fears, your worries, your decisions, your stories. And Lord knows you've got a lot of those. This child put you first, always did, always will. And bless that kid. Because that kid is attempting to be your protector and your valiant defender, a warrior for your good and your honor and your well-being. But often the stands and demands of that little munchkin, who is, after all, only trying to practice self-defense and protect you, they're often out of sync with what the adult you needs or wants. And hey, what protected you in the past, what helped you, what you needed in the past, may not be what's going to help you or protect you now as an adult. And that's where this whole thing gets going. So what happens is the adult me wants something like a relationship, for instance. Or it wants to try something different, like trusting a total stranger or disagreeing with what someone else is saying or thinking. But the inner child is threatened or frightened, maybe because it once got burned or that wasn't successful the last time they tried it. So your inner child doesn't want it. And when in fact what it's trying to do is protect us from pain or humiliation or whatever, that inner child is actually trying to manipulate and control us. And if your adult lets your child do that, you're going to be in big trouble. Because bam, welcome to self-sabotage, carried out, in all fairness, in the name of feeling better, of self-preservation, of self-defense. But self-sabotage is omnipresent. It's ubiquitous. Don't you love that word, ubiquitous? It's all pervasive, and it's deeply entrenched as who we are as humanoids. There I go, making up words again. I know I used that the other day and some of you laughed. I don't think it's a real word. I think I made it up, but that's okay because I love it and I use it all the time. Anyway, self-sabotage is a big issue because it exists everywhere we are. We all do it, and most of it even know we're doing it, and we recognize it even in the moment that it's happening, and we want to stop doing it, but we don't think we can. The problem is there seems to be this unspoken consensus that it just is what it is and that there's little or nothing that we can even do about it. So we do it again and again and again, and then we learn to ignore that we're even doing it. Seriously, why do we do something that feels so nasty to someone that we should be protecting and loving? Us. Well, actually, if you think about it, we're doing it out of self-love. Okay, but more on that in another talk. On the face of it, self-sabotage becomes kind of like the elephant in the room. We don't talk about it, and we seldom acknowledge it. So what we don't know can't hurt us, except it can, and it does. It's this complex, tragic process that pits us against our own thoughts, our own impulses. Okay, look, we all occasionally make bad choices, right? Sometimes we make mistakes or errors in judgment, but a true self-saboteur continually tries to fix those mistakes by top-loading them with more screw-ups and in completely worse decisions on top of the decisions that we're making. So the self-sabotage game ends and you win when you completely lose. So who wants to win a game that you have to lose in order to win? Yeah. So today, my goal was just to get you to start noticing where self-sabotage is happening in your life. How do you do it? What are you doing? So take a look. We self-sabotage by saying yes when we really should be or want to be saying no. We self-sabotage by justifying things that we do that we either didn't want to do or know we shouldn't have done. We self-sabotage by procrastination. Do you know what procrastination is? It's not just putting things off. It's that gap between your intention and your action. It's knowing what you want to do and not doing it right now. We do it by comfort eating. We do it by any addiction: gambling, drugs, alcohol, smoking, shopping. The only one that I approve of is sex. It's okay to do that. We do it by staying up too late when we know we're tired. We do it by self-medicating, by extreme modesty, and not taking compliments, not accepting compliments, and not acknowledging the good stuff we do. We do it by working out at the gym and then binging on cookies because we earned them, right? We do it by working really hard and getting a paycheck and then blowing that paycheck on retail therapy, things that we really didn't need, don't want, and end up either giving away or throwing away anyway. We self-sabotage by saying, yeah, I'll get to it. I'll do it later. I don't really have to do that. I don't have time to do that now. Putting things off. We self-sabotage by saying things like, yeah, today is not a good day for me to quit smoking. I'll do it tomorrow. Today is, I'm stressed today. Today is not a day for me to give up drinking. I'll do it on a day that's not so stressful. You're probably not going to have a day that's not so stressful. You do it by listening to those negative thoughts that are coming from your internal parent vis-a-vis your internal child. We all have that voice in our heads. Do you know what voice I'm talking about? The one that is screaming at you right now saying, I don't have a voice in my head. Yes, you do. And you can't shut it up, but you can quiet it down. And we're going to work more on how to do that. Don't panic, my friends. This is not a game that you have to lose. In the next few videos, in the next few episodes of Sandye Speaks Self-Sabotage, we're going to be talking about taming your inner child, honing your self-parenting skills. And I'm going to let you in on my personal game plan for how to win without losing. So keep checking to see when the next episode is, because I'm going to be here. And don't let self-sabotage get in the way of your learning how to handle self-sabotage. See you soon on the next one. Bye-bye.